around your shoulder.
Okay.
So that way they can see how it works.
All right.
Everybody see me in there?
Yep. Oh.
So arms moving around, I'm dancing. This is what we call an SLS camera. So the SLS camera is basically a depth perception camera. I'm going to point out a couple of things. Do I have 3 points for my face?
Yes.
2 eyes and a nose. It's depth perception. Eyes are behind my face, nose is in front. That's why it's there. It's one of the first things that I look for when I'm watching and spot checking this video. Now, Annie, if you see something in there that is not an actual person, and there's another stick figure standing next to me, ask them to do something specific, like raise their right arm. So that way you can see how we get an interaction out of this. This will pick up literally everything that is in front of something else. So when I find something and I'm not sure, I take a screenshot, I brighten it, I want to see what's behind it. I want to make sure that it's not Patrick lurking in the darkness, a sign, a tree, the outline of a car, so forth and so on. I look at all of those little details. Where are the points falling? Is it an actual person, or is it just picking up on something of nature that we can see already, but it was in the darkness? So you have one button on there. You can't really screw it up.
Okay.
I did record that session, so go ahead and hit the red button. It'll stop the hell out. A couple of gunshots go off during that bar fight. John got grazed in the neck. The bullet goes past him and into the wall. He's the only one that got shot. He's the only one that got up. Goes back to the bar, tells the bartender, get me another beer. We'll get those 2 guys an ambulance. Yeah, you might not want to film the bar. They get really pissed about that.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
There's like something
We have around us when we do spread out, because this is the way this one's going to work. Every single place we go to is going to have a different layout of how we operate. This one, I'm going to tell you the history, and we're going to spread out, staying away from the cars. I'll do 1 or 2 round robberies.
Thank you. Here we
Got
are.
it. Nice and easy.
All right. Thank you.
Apples are easy.
Sorry. We're back.
Are you ready for this one?
What do you got now?
32.9.
Macy. Now what do we think?
What am I what?
What do we think now? Anything? Eliza.
Playing some music.
You can talk to us, Eliza.
Hi, Miss.
Marnie, what do we think?
Okay, I got the word cancer, so I think
Okay.
that cancer's got to be significant.
Okay.
It's kind of hard. I can't, like, it's static, but I can't make out what it says.
You're gonna take good care of my girl in Charleston? Is she in good hands?
Crickets. Oh, I'm not.
Eliza?
Yes, no. Why am I scared?
I feel like I'm like Ghostbusters right now.
Love it.
I used to live here.
You film the people that are down there. You guys see my point? Like when you are coming towards us?
Yep.
I'm going to put yours on record already.
It said obvious.
You're on record. This guy's a smartass.
Like it said, like
I'm gonna put it up.
obviously.
Yeah, this guy's a smartass. So this particular location, just so you know, I was actually telling Patrick on the way in here, like, oh, we have the whole place to ourselves except for one little group down there. Normally this place is packed. So you locals, have you ever been down here before? All right, so this is Philadelphia Alley. Every ghost tour comes down here. I was actually going to take this out of my route, but this guy follows me around. So I start with his origin story. He will forever live in my route because he always follows me. So here's how this goes. What you got now?
I'm just.
What's the
She
question?
thinks the ghost is being sexual.
It's okay. What do we got?
Well, now they're saying relax, lean, feed. I have the tongue, groaning.
Oh.
Just saying. I think there was things going on here. Yeah.
Mr. Lucky.
I'm just saying. Relax,
So
lean, tip, groaning. Stay.
like we'll kind of prostitution was going on down here. Leave a tip.
Whatever it was, it cost $888.
Expensive back in 1780s. She must have been pretty good. Or he, for that matter. Platinum. You guys are killing me tonight.
I brought dollars.
$888?
Sure.
$8.
Yeah, $8.
This
I
place.
can't tell for sure, but it sounded like it said alley.
Damn, yours is the one that's not recording yet. Okay, I'll write it down for sure. Let's get through the history here, and then I'll tell you what is going on. If you want to continue listening in on your spirit boxes, by all means do so. I know it's hard to do when you're as fast as I talk, but that's why we record everything. If you guys ignore me, I'm okay with it. Just keep yours on mute because I want to get through the history. It gets really warm down here, so I will breeze through this. Even though it's 75 degrees down here, it's probably, what is the temperature down here, ambient?
It says 79.1.
Yeah.
I got 80 something.
Yep, so that's about right.
84, 80.
It gets real humid down here. This used to be called Duelers Alley. This is where some of the duels used to occur for the city of Charleston. So that's why every ghost story comes down here. They all tell the same damn story. I'm going to tell you that story, but I'm going to give you a few extra details because you're ghost hunting. You're not on a cheesy campfire and marshmallow kind of ghost story. Let's get into it. A doctor moves down here from Rhode Island. So where's my Ouija board? You're going to be looking for the initials RI for Rhode Island in that order. So the doctor's name is Dr. Joseph Brown Ladd. For those of you listening in on spirit boxes, if the word brown shows up from brown-eyed girl, it's not coincidence. We get it all the time. It's part of his name. Moving on. Get it as soon as I said it.
Yeah.
He moves down here because he's supposed to get married to his fiancée, Amanda. Now, Amanda just inherited a lot of money from her dead parents. She has an attorney helping her out with all of this cash flow. The attorney thinks that Dr. Ladd is just after her money. The attorney tells Amanda, get rid of the doctor. He's going to take your cash. So Doctor moves down here to Charleston to prove that he's not after her money. He's going to start his medical practice down here. On his way into town, he had a coachman, and the coachman set him up to be robbed and killed. It wasn't a very good start to his stay here in Charleston. And well, it's also like having a really bad Uber driver in today's world, if we're going to put things in perspective. A lot of younger folks in this room tonight. They don't know what the hell a coachman is all the time. So, with that, somebody was walking by and seen what was about to happen because he knew the coachman. And the somebody walking by was named Ralph Isaacs. Do those initials sound familiar to you at all? Yeah, that's exactly why we do this. I bought that device that Jennifer is using because we were getting the letters RI all the time on a regular spirit box that I was catching back at the office. So I bought that device to get it very specific, and we've had it. We'll just say about half a dozen times since I bought it, only with Ralph's name though. Moving on. Ralph tells the doctor, hey dude, I know this guy, the coachman. He's gonna try to kill you. Come with me. I got friends at 59 Church Street. You can rent a room from them. You'll be safe and good to go. Well, Doc took him up on that offer, and they became friends. The longer the doctor stays here in Charleston, the more money he's making. Proving his point, he's not after Amanda's money. He's getting his own. She gets wind of this up in Rhode Island. She's moving down so they can be married, and Dr. Ladd then became known as the Whistling Doctor. This is why I hate this story. Every haunted city you will ever visit is going to have a cliched whistling ghost. We all have one. This one just happens to be a doctor. So, there's going to be another tour coming out of that wall, just so you guys know it's not ghost like walking through ivy. Yeah, he'll come all the way through, so we'll just split the seas. Hello, boys. How's it going, man?
Good, how are you?
Okay, good. See all those ghosts coming through the ivy? Good joke, I'm sure. I do have another tour guide friend. Her name is Joan. She dresses up a pirate. She's usually done by now. So by the time my joke is here, she goes home this way. So she'll come up and scare me. Like pretend to give her $1. Like, thanks, good job. Alright, so where was I? Oh, the Whistling Doctor thing. He's gonna tell the same damn story. So why are we in Duelers Alley? Dr. Ladd and Ralph go see plays together, but they can't sit next to each other because the doctor gets better seats. That's the hierarchy of Charleston. He makes more money. So they go see Richard III one night, and on their way home, they're talking about the actress that they just saw. Doc thought she was great. Ralph did not. Got another group coming through, so we'll actually all push forward this way.
Hi guys.
Thanks.
Gangs along because I feel low. Are you supposed to tell me?
Yeah. What you got? You guys okay?
Okay.
Totally. Is that okay? Yeah. But guys, thank you so much for that. You're so much fun. I Love it. It was so much fun. Macy, do you want me to take that or?
Yes,
I'll take it. I'll take it.
literally started
Thank you guys so much. This is so much fun.
Okay, we'll see
I'll
you
see
tomorrow.
you in the morning.
Okay, sounds good.
It'll be all right. Okay.
So are we recording right now?
She just got back from the Bahamas and wasn't feeling good.
Okay.
And is not feeling good.
Okay.
Yeah.
Gotcha. So now who's double fisted? Are you
I
gonna take
guess
it over?
I am.
I can put it back in the bag if you guys are good with that.
But
It's up to you.
is she recording?
She is
or-
right now.
Okay. Yeah, that's fine. But aren't I supposed to see like?
So, yeah, don't phone people.
Oh yeah.
You're fired, Marty.
Yeah. No kidding.
Where were we? We lost track like 3 times.
Whistling doctor.
Whistling, got a better
yeah.
seat.
Yeah,
Talking about the girl.
Yeah. So they're arguing about this actress that they just saw, and Doc thought she was great. Ralph didn't. And then when they separated, Ralph went to go see his friends at the newspaper and placed an ad in the paper telling the whole city of Charleston what he thought of the doctor. Kind of like, you're a disgrace to society, man. And Doc saw the ad, but rebutted with, let's go to Dueler's Alley. We're going to settle this shit. Somebody's going to die. Keep in mind that this whole argument started over an actress. I like to point out how dumb shit was back in the 1700s. Anyway, the two gents come down, back to back, take their 10 paces away from each other. They turn, and Doc pointed his gun in the air and shot his one bullet. He did not want to kill his friend. He just wanted to have the courage and bravery to show up. What do you have?
I'm a musical fan, and I don't know any of the stories, but I was singing the Hamilton's part where he points his gun to the sky right before you said that, so it was just very weird.
Ralph still has his one bullet, and he puts it in the kneecap on the doctor. Doc didn't die. He fell to the ground. His friends picked him up and took him home to 59 Church Street, where he died 10 days later on November 2nd of 1786. I'm going to point out 2 things about that last statement. It's 1786. Gunshot wounds are different back then than what we know of them now. He is a doctor. He probably just thought he had lead poisoning and tried to bleed it out himself, but obviously he failed because he died. Every ghost tour is telling their guests to listen for those whistles. We have 3 cameras running, my voice recorded. In the event we're going to capture a message audio whistle, it's going to show up on one of those 4 devices. However, the spirit boxes that are recording, when I'm going through your spot check, I'm listening to minute 1, 5, 10, 15, 20. You see the interviews. I'm not looking for anything. Whatever happens in that 1 minute, if anything at all, it goes in your notes. However, I can't tell you how many times the whistling part of a song shows up and then the word doctor immediately after from a commercial. Happens all the time. So just take that for what it's worth. If you're going to try this on your own and walk all the way through this alley without me, with the voice recorders from your phone looking for those whistles, just remember that every local knows the damn story. Anybody walking up and down Cumberland or Queen Street, we all throw a whistle down the alley. It's just something we do here. Let's talk about how I got kicked out of here. That's the fun part. The alley didn't always come all the way through the way we came in. There used to be a wall halfway between where we're standing and Cumberland Street. The reason why is because this was called Cow Alley. This is where they kept all the livestock for the city of Charleston. So cows, goats, and chickens were down here. Now, why am I telling you this? It's because they started down there and started building it slowly towards us. That means those bricks are older than the ones we're standing on. Those are sun-dried bricks from slave trade. Full handprint from a slave child down there, fingerprints, wipes, and others. Yeah. Pass, and I'll finish this part up. Yeah, she got it. Coming all the way through?
Yep, coming all the way through.
All right. Oh, you're good. You're good.
Oh.
Anything with branches and leaves is not your friend, remember. All leaves are in front of another leaf. It's always going to put a hangman in the tree.
What's a hangman?
Like it's
Like a
gonna
hangman.
look like someone's.
Oh.
Like the old game Hangman, like we used to play on pen and paper.
But is it gonna light up like the?
Oh yeah, it'll be a purple stick man
Oh,
hanging
okay,
from
gotcha.
the tree.
Even on the. Oh.
Yep, always does it.
What was the doctor's name again?
Joseph Brown Ladd. So, back to our sun-dried bricks down there. I used to take my folks down there for a history lesson. There's nothing paranormal about that brick. You guys already know how I feel about cemeteries. That kid is not staring at that brick in the afterlife. So I would give the history lesson and then go show them the brick. Well, November 26th of 2020, my entire group stopped at that brick around a giant circle and waited for something to happen with the gear I handed them that night. I know nothing's going to happen, and I'm trying to shoo them along because we're also standing outside the dining room window of the beautiful mansion at the end of the alley. I didn't realize that we were out of bounds for tours that time of night. I was still new at this. So, the new owner of that mansion came out screaming his head off at me. My daughter was on the tour that night. She's about 14 years old at the time, thought it was hysterical. Her dad's getting yelled at. Of course it's funny. We moved on. The next day was Thanksgiving. I don't tour on holidays, especially Thanksgiving, because I used to work in upper management for Walmart. You guys fight over towels on Thanksgiving? You scarred me for life. I don't do Thanksgiving anymore. The next day was November 28th. I called my partner that brought me into tourism, and I told him what happened so I can figure out what to do next. Again, new guy. laughed, just like my daughter did, and he said, dude, it's residential and it's off limits. You're only allowed to go down halfway. Reroute your group tonight. Well, it's Black Friday and I'm sold out again. I don't have history and stories this way because I've never had anything happen over there. I told my group I've never had anything happen, and I'm into vampires, not pirates. I would normally tell you a pirate story next, but I've been kicked out of there too. We'll talk about that later. But before we left the space, somebody with a spirit box heard the name Anne. I did not tell them which pirate we were going to be investigating. The female pirate, Anne Bonny, who happens to have a lot of lovers, which is where your sexy terms may have come from on your spirit box.
Go.
So, before we went around the corner, and then I told them what I did know about pirates. Again, not my thing, so I was like, all right, guys, let's talk about pirates. And then somebody else heard the number 300. I didn't know what that meant. We were there on November 28th of 2020. Anne Bonny's trial for piracy was November 28th of 1720, the exact 300-year anniversary of her pirate trial. I'm seeing the look of shock and amazement on your faces. I was pissed off. Let me explain. I have a master's degree in creative writing. All of my other bachelor degrees are all in writing in English of some sort. I like facts and data. Pirate stories come from pirate lore. Pirate lore was written 100 years after the golden age of piracy, the days of Blackbeard. Whenever you guys found something like 300, I had to read a shit ton of books to verify what the hell was going on with one piece of evidence. Now the problem now is I've done 4 years of researching documentaries, books, video games, you name it, about pirates, and I've researched it all and collaborated what were the most common themes. Now I can't even tell the story because we've been kicked out of that space. So what's going to happen now is we're going to go up and around the corner, and we are going to take this camera and we're going to be looking for an apparition. I'm going to tell you the history of the apparition first, and we're going to be sitting on a nice little bench, and you guys are still going to continue to listen to your spirit boxes if you'd like, but we're going to get all 3 cameras going up this graveyard to see if we can capture this apparition. In the event that there are too many tours in that area, because it is normally their finale, I had to come up with something quick. Now I have another story that we can kind of test out if the event we can't get over there. So we have gotten EMF readings over there. So Patrick and Cheryl, with yours, we've seen 9s and 12s over the past few months, like very sporadic. So just kind of keep that in mind when we get up around that corner, even though we will be on a sidewalk. Have we heard or seen anything else while I'm sweating to death over here, or can we scram? What else do we have going on with the devices?
I thought I heard a whistle, but I can't tell if it's just...
Because you heard the whistling part and you think you were influenced?
Yeah.
Okay.
I heard the number 28.
28. Okay.
I got the number 6.
Yeah.
628. That could be a date, June 28th. Bring it all together.
What?
28.
It just said first responders and then laughed.
That's weird.
It
They're
said
both first responders, just so you guys
It said first responders and it was like, haha.
Incoming.
I don't like that.
know. Oh, that's okay. We're going to scram. Let's go up this way.
Okay.
I've got like super like
I'll come back later.
hotter than I was before. Like when after you said that. So.
But that's
Sad thing is we
See,
have
the
one of
thing
those,
is, they can't
and we've
really
only
make it
used
out.
I take that thing with me everywhere.
I'm now seeing the value of more.
There is one that actually has a REM pod built into it. as
That's the
well.
one I have.
Yeah.
And those REM pods are bright as hell.
Yeah. And they're great for standing still, but I actually used to use them on this, but I took them out because we're walking around. And if we get a nice breeze, it's going to cause dust and debris to make it go off. We're going to make a left right here.
Should I turn this off now?
Yes,
Stop
I'm going to hit
recording?
that stop button.
Well, I thought there wasn't supposed to be activity in a cemetery. There's lots. No, there were people.
So again, if we get more things relevant to it, not to mention everybody likes a little bit of weird footage from a cemetery, so why the hell not? But yeah, I mean, you could put that thing right up there. Let me see your word
Well,
list.
I actually saw there were people outlines as I was just walking
Oh.
in the
I
cemetery.
want to see your word list because we haven't looked at that
Oh,
in a
yeah.
minute. I'll take it from you. Sweet Zoe.
That could have been Boney.
See, look at
Zoe.
Zoe's actually another ghost.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. I do like the Michael Builder thing for some reason. Oh, we got Rose. That's good. Rose, we're still near Philadelphia Alley. The house that Dr. Ladd lived in, I'm going to put this right in front of you. That's actually known as the Thomas Rose house. We get the word Rose all the time. That was one of the terms that showed up last night. So that's how we knew he was actually near us, near the Pinckney Mansion site. It was weird. So we had Doctor, then Rose, and then something else. Oh, his code word showed up. Cameras, we got them all up against the fence. Chris, you got your camera running on there? Yep. Okay. Any numbers showing up on there, Patrick? Okay.
0.
Good.
Oh, see, there's see the people.
It's this.
Even as the outline as a person.
It's always going to try to make it look like a person.
Okay.
That's the way it's designed,
All right,
unfortunately.
all right.
So when we find
Psych.
something, it's exciting. That's why
It's
I said we use it
exciting.
mainly for debunking.
All
We're trying
right.
to phone people. I love it.
No, I wasn't. I was going
You
over
were Sneaky Pete. I saw
No,
you.
I purposely had it down like that. Like I'm just seeing if there's pick anything
You're
up on
cracking
the
me
other
up
side.
tonight. You know that, right? I love it. She was so hesitant to take anything from me. Now she's like playing with all of the gadgets. You guys hear anything going on over here? Nothing worthless? You were guy.
It's just switching back and forth.
Joel, you got anything?
Not off of this. The thing said nurse.
Any numbers?
Hi, I'm Julie. Oh, nice.
Yeah, it says grave above ground, just like this right here. It's just much bigger.
Oh, okay.
Because he was a vice president, so he gets a big entourage.
It looked like it was moving there for a second.
Maybe be your hand shaking.
Might be.
All right, is there something going in this? See how that keeps.
So ghosts are not 50 feet tall. It's picking up on the outline of the column.
Yeah, that's. I was just wondering if there was something. No. Okay. How do we know that a ghost isn't 50 feet tall? Their spirit. Could
You're gonna be 50 feet tall when you die?
Maybe. I'm gonna come back taller than I am now. Oh, Stacy.
We had a Stacy on tour the other night. Close to Macy, isn't it?
Yes, it is.
So is the friend okay, by the way, the adopted child?
Yeah, I think she probably got like.
Sure what was going on. So,
I'm guessing probably stomach.
maybe.
I also
Bahamas.
didn't know what was in the cups. So I was like, maybe she's a little tipsy.
Oh, yeah. No, I think she probably got stomach rot. Is my guess.
When did she get back from the Bahamas?
I don't know. She said she was there all last week.
Oh, so just recently.
Yeah. It sounds like this wasn't unexpected.
It just said 79 years.
That could be the time from when Boney died to when that
What
story
is this
happened.
called in
So,
this
I don't
tree
know.
that's coming out? It's so cool.
That's the Oh,
Moss kind of thing.
yeah. It's Macy, we know what this is. What kind of tree this is? It was all over Savannah.
It's not. It's a type of moss. I think that gets stuck to the tree.
Right, but what's the tree?
I don't know.
Oh.
I'm tired.
Hi, tired.
Huh?
Hi, tired.
Bed.
You got anything else going on, Cheyenne?
like
scream earlier.
screeching. I had a scream earlier.
He says it hurts him.
That was that gave me cold chills.
And then I got it when I was sitting there and I was like, ooh.
Any other madness coming out of yours?
No.
Macy, you got anything?
I heard leave.
There's your screaming and leave.
Breakfast.
Anna, you're in
Like, it
trouble.
Yeah, I wrote that one
gave
down.
me like full-on cold chills.
Any words I need to know?
Got resist, continuous, drawing,
Mine
drug,
just said
collect.
take me away. But I was like, assault.
What was after drawing?
No, well, the last word was collect, drug, drawing, continuous, resist, drive, stay.
Yeah, they don't really want to take the drive and stay. Let's move down towards Cheryl down here because we're
Dress.
business card, you're holding it. Most of your devices have a QR code on them. So that is my business card. You can tap or scan it. It puts all of my info inside your phone. All my social media stuff, website, phone number, email address. It's all on there. Not to mention the link you're gonna need for the morning is also in this QR code. So it says your investigation report at the very, very bottom. So that's how you're gonna get to it. This way you're not getting texts from me at 3 o'clock in the morning. If you have trouble with it in the morning, you can